What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're all doing well today. Today I messed around with the track editor in Monster Energy Supercross 5, and I put together this Supercross track here. It took about 10 minutes or so. If you watched my video the other day on how to get easy money, I'd already used it previously, but I wanted to make a proper track other than just like a kind of like cheat track. Now, as I say, it only took 10 minutes. I found that this whole user interface for actually making tracks is actually really straightforward. It's quite intuitive. And if I'm honest, out of the entirety of the game, probably one of the best things in here in terms of just how it works. Like, I found it very straightforward. As someone who's not very creative whatsoever, I did quite enjoy doing it. However, I do have a few little issues / gripes. Now, when I was making it, obviously you've got some certain views that you can use and set jumps and turns, and when you're placing everything down, for the most part, in your head it looks quite good. However, then when you get on the track, you realise, hang on, all these jumps are a lot steeper than I originally planned them to be, and a lot of these corners are like more shallow. Everything's a bit closer together than I expected. That was the smallest size dragon's back that I just went over there, and you really can't skim it like a dragon's back. And I'm not sure if you can or cannot do this, but I don't think you can go back and just delete select pieces and replace them as you go. I'm pretty sure you have to undo everything back to that point, which is a shame. And right there, I wanted to go tabletop and then skim through whoops and then hit this this over-under. However, it just ended up being so much closer together when you get on the track that it's just not doable. It makes an okay little jump section. You can see how many whoops you can jump into, but it is frustrating. Same here. I wanted this to be a nice split section, so you could hop on here and then double out of this corner and downside this next single, or you could rail the inside and then just roll it. I thought that'd be a really nice, good little split lane. I thought I was being really clever when I made it, but then it actually came to fruition and it didn't look too good. I do like these massive like into the stand type sections that they've got pre-made. I feel like they're really good. This is not great. I was messing out with the special blocks and they've got two of those quote-unquote pools where they've just got like bits of water, and I wanted to I thought they would be more shallow so I could kind of skim through them a bit more and then hit the finish line as normal, but yeah, again, that was a little bit too steep. Some parts of track I do really enjoy. I tried in a few parts to make some nice split lanes, just like split sections to have multiple line choice, because that's always something that I tend to look for when I'm playing Supercross tracks, whether it be custom tracks in this game people have made, or whether it be a different game entirely like MX Bikes or MX Simulator. I do like having multiple options, especially if you get out of the rhythm. I don't like just then being forced to like single or double my way through the rest of the section. I like having a fallback plan. Again, these I wanted these to be almost like moguls, and again, I'm pretty sure they were the smallest size whoop that there is, which again is annoying. I feel like things just need shallowing out a bit. They're a little bit too extreme, but the good thing, at least, is I can get around the track. That is the important thing. I'd be a bit annoyed if it just didn't work whatsoever, like there was no flow to it. Let me try the inside line here this time. Can I double from the inside? Or you might be able to bank up that outside line there and jump up and over. But I'm actually, to be fair, for a first track in any of these milestone games, like first track that I've actually put a little bit of effort into, like more than the 2 minutes I put into the MXGP 21 one to show off that track editor, more than the 30 seconds it took me to make the easy XP / money track the other day. I'm quite pleased with it. I'm probably going to revisit it in the future, probably when I get bored, or because I always dabble now and then. Well, anytime I'd hop on Supercross 4, I'd always have a look at the community track section and see what people have made, and some of the things are really impressive. Some of them are just like meme joke tracks, you know, like an entire track of whoops or just massive triples and quads absolutely everywhere, which is fun for maybe like 5 minutes or so, but I do get very bored afterwards. Sand in this game, as you saw just go for there, it slows you down so much, and I know it is sand, to be fair. It's meant to. Oh, can I quad that whole thing? Oh, okay, so that line works in a different way than I anticipated, but it works in general. That's good to know. Sorry, back to the sand. The sand, it slows you down so much, like a ridiculous amount, and usually I wouldn't mind that. However, I feel like it doesn't slow down the AI. Now, if anyone's played Daytona on this game yet, you will fully know what I'm getting at. Daytona is a very, very difficult track to try and beat the AI on. I can't put my finger on it. I don't know what it is, but for some reason they just seem to go so fast. In comparison to their speed on the other tracks, even at the same difficulty. I played, I think it was Arlington 1 the other day on medium difficulty, and won by over 20 seconds, and then I played Daytona straight afterwards on medium difficulty as well, and I came 21st. So yeah, it wasn't amazing. Some tracks are definitely more flowy than others in this game. I do think this game has a major issue in terms of being able to flow around the track. You know, it never feels like you're riding the track. It feels like you're just kind of floating on top of it and just bouncing off of objects, which I suppose at this point is what we come to expect of Milestone, but that is why so many people are stopping buying these games. You know, they just keep putting out the same thing year in and year out. They've had one or two different ideas, like the helmet creator, I think is quite cool, quite innovative, but again, it's not been implemented in the best way. You've just got a select handful of like custom shapes that you can just slap on here, there, and everywhere, but it doesn't really make much sense. You know, you've got to like select the colour of things before you can then choose the placement, and then maybe something doesn't work, so then you've got to go back and do it again, and it resets, and it's just, I don't know, it's a little bit funky. I'm guessing that they probably are suffering with the same thing that Activision have been suffering with on like Call of Duty games for the last few years, where they're expected to release a game every single year, and the developers, or whoever it may be that's working on the game at the time, just doesn't really have enough time to put into the game and make it a proper good game each year, which is, again, probably why there's so much copy and paste. And I know Milestone aren't just motocross games only, you know, they make a whole bunch of different games, but I feel like even just take another year like Activision are doing now, you know, and just make a better game that everyone will enjoy, because as soon as you make one game that everyone's like, okay, this is a bit more like it, I'm enjoying this, then the community will just follow. You know, you'll get people that will then buy every game after that point and will be, well, a little bit addicted to it, I suppose. So I remember way back when playing games like Reflex and Alive, and I couldn't wait to get home from school just to hop on the game again, because I like really enjoyed playing them. However, I'm recording this again on day one of the game being out. I'm about 5 hours deep into the game right now of just having the game open. I don't know how much I've played. I've had it open while I've been sorting out videos, but I feel like I've almost done everything that there is to do. You know, I've not loaded career mode yet, but I've watched a few people go through the whole futures program, and then you've got the AMs and the pros, but again, that's very similar to it was in Supercross 4, and there's only so much you can do. It's just it'll get very repetitive, is what I'm saying. Once you've done the championship once, what's really the point of doing it again? There's nothing extra, there's no like story, there's nothing that changes along the way. The only thing that will change is what teams you're riding for, like occasionally. And yeah, it's just a little bit bare bones, if that's the right word to use. I'm pretty sure some companies out, like they're just companies that review games in general that might not necessarily be into motorbikes. I'm pretty sure I've seen reviews from them just saying that it's a little bit bare bones, but exactly what a few of us YouTubers have been saying. There's not much content, is what I'm trying to say. For the casual player, that you might play it for maybe 20 hours, like a year, then knock yourself out. It's great for you, but for us kind of like die-hard motocross fans, and supercross fans, I should say, sorry, I just feel like you're going to run out of things to do after like the first 2-3 days. I mean, I'm getting to that point now already where I wasn't sure what I wanted to make a video on without going into the whole career mode thing. But yeah, I'm interested to know your thoughts. At the time I made this track, as I say, the time is for me, the game came out at 8 AM for me, and it is currently 3:48. So it's been out maybe almost 8 hours now at this point. I have not seen one online lobby being made yet. I keep going and checking the online tab every now and then. There's not one person online. And I know obviously people are going to be at work or at school, but I thought there'd be at least a couple of people about. And as well, there's been maybe 6 or so tracks created. And I'm hoping the player base of this game is mainly on console, because if those numbers are reflected on console as well, that is just absolutely abysmal, and there is no way surely they can be making a profit. I don't know how much it costs them to make the game. I'm not going to go and research that. I'm not going to waste my time with it, but that is actually dreadful. And I feel like people are probably getting to the stage now where they just aren't going to watch it on YouTube rather than play it themselves. I mean, you're not missing out on much. If you've got the previous 4 games, I'm guessing, then you've played it already. The compounds that I first played in the first video I done this was quite bare bones as well. There wasn't really much there. It's just few tracks and then nothing in between, you know, not much in the way of maybe like freestyle jumps or like tiny little maybe enduro sections, something like that, just something different, you know. So yeah, it's been a little bit disappointing so far, I won't lie. I'm not gonna do what I've done with MXGP21 and sell the game, because I can see myself hopping on here from time to time and just doing a couple of career mode races. Nothing more than that. Maybe have a look every now and then and see if there is any sort of online lobbies going on. I'm hoping that it will pick up a bit later on today when everyone's home from work and college and school and such. But yeah, at the moment, a little bit disappointed overall. As I say, the whole track editor part, I actually think is really good. I think it's one of the best features in the game. I think it's really good, and I think all motocross games should come with a track editor, just so we can kind of entertain ourselves, you know, when we get bored of repeating the same career mode tracks over and over and over again. And I might make a few more. I always play everyone else's now and then. I see how they go, and yeah, that'll do it for me for this video. I just kind of wanted to show off the whole what you can achieve with a track editor. I say this track took maybe 10 minutes or so to put together. I didn't spend a whole lot of time whatsoever. I didn't go back and make any revisions at all. I just put it together, validated the lap, and now I'm making this video for you guys. And for the most part, it's okay. I think the scaling's a little bit weird for some of the like templates, jump and turn templates that you get given, but it's, you know, it's not the end of the world. You can certainly make some cool stuff, and I know people do. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. A like would be greatly appreciated, helps the video so much, gets it out to more people. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I post every single day, and hope you can join us on our YouTube journey here. And most importantly, have a lovely rest of the day, whatever it is that you guys are up to. And until I catch you in the next video, peace.
My tent way too damn dark, laugh in your face like man dark. Came a long way from the bad days way back, had to burn down that landmark. Seen some things I ain't really want to see, it's all good, that's what made me me. Now who would I be if I had it easy? Used to break down, now I'm in a 350, like whoa. I've been laying way too low, had to switch up and change my flow, cause I'm back from the block, had to bust some rocks and dust off the dust to get back in the box. Now why you wanna